markthompsonshow@gmail.com. Now, Michael, would you like to wait longer? I want to bring him in. He writes for the Marina Times. You can find him knocking around the city most days. He is a man who comes and goes on a rainbow. He's Michael Snyder, everybody. Come on.
Hello, 2023. I'm glad to be back in the studio. For the record, I had to swim an atmospheric river to get here. It was exhausting.
It is. It's wet.
Hey, in case people don't know, yesterday was the 12th and final day of Christmas. Seriously, enough is enough. My nostrils are still filled with the scent of decaying pine needles. I mean, gag me with an ornament. So it's over until next December. But that means it's January 6th, not just a day that will last in infamy, but the Feast of the Epiphany on the Christian calendar. Supposedly when the three wise men finally showed up in Bethlehem with gifts for the baby you-know-who. More importantly, this is the first day of carnival season in New Orleans, which will continue to Mardi Gras Day and end at midnight on Ash Wednesday, which is the start of Lent. And I only bring this up because I love New Orleans and I love carnival season, but also because I'm planning to give up sarcasm for Lent. So enjoy it while you can, people.
Oh my gosh, say it ain't so.
No, it's true.
Do you have a secret talent?
Yeah, maybe you could explore something else.
Maybe. Let's get to some movie reviews. The only major new movie.
Can you let him finish, sir?
I'm gonna let him finish.
The only major new movie with a wide release this weekend is a little something about a mechanical dolly called Megan, only with a 3 where the E should be so high-tech. She's about the size of an 8-year-old girl and was built by an R&D genius at a toy company known for pioneering cute, fuzzy AI companions, like Furbies. Mm-hmm. So the Megan doll has a responsive, evolving electronic intellect to be in sync with the kid who owns it. So the creator of Megan is a scientist played by Allison Williams, Brian Williams' daughter, Brian Williams, newscaster.
Sure.
His daughter, who was in Girls, the TV show, and Get Out. And she's been awarded guardianship of her late sister and brother-in-law's emotionally damaged 8-year-old daughter. So Dr. Frankenbabe here decides to distract the kid by pairing her with the prototype of Megan in order to test drive the doll for imminent mass marketing. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm guessing a lot.
I was fortunate. Everyone I worked with made me better at my job.
Brian Williams,
if you've seen the trailer, you can guess what goes wrong. My first reaction to the trailer was, "Oh, Chucky has an older sister." Anyway, I won't go into any more details other than to say that I saw every plot twist and element coming before the movie even started. Although actual flesh and blood writers are credited, I'm almost certain that Megan was the work of the ScriptBot 3000. I mean, I do
a little formulaic.
A little. I want to offer some. I think it's meant to be a horror comedy, so maybe they were going for that. But I want to offer some praise to the actress who portrayed Megan. This is the latest in a series of great performances by Amanda Seyfried. What? Oh, sorry. Megan just looks like a shrunken Seyfried, who, by the way, looks from certain angles like an adult-sized Bratz doll. But admittedly, I laughed a few times here, and I guess it's being touted as a horror comedy. But if it's a comedy, it's not funny enough. The laughs are of the "really? You went there" variety. And if it's a horror movie, it's too obvious and hackneyed to be frightening. What it is, Mark, is a smirky B-movie product dumped into theaters during the annual movie dead zone of early January. Megan is in theaters.
You're not going to see that on any posters. That quote. Hackneyed, I'll ding.
All right, fine. I'm going to do a little catch-up and a little foreign movie compendium here. I'll make it fast.
Compendium, I'll ding. Go ahead,
the lovely drama from Brazil, MarsOne. By the way, this is the country's entry in the foreign language Oscar category, I think. This depicts the struggles of a lower middle class black family, property manager dad, house cleaner mom, college-going daughter, and tween-age son in the aftermath of fascist President Jair Bolsonaro's election. Although loving parents, both mom and dad, have or have had issues, now they're facing economic shortfalls in the shadow of the new regime. Plus, the daughter has fallen in love and is considering leaving the family nest. and the son is secretly more interested in becoming an astrophysicist and joining the proposed 2030 mission to colonize Mars than in following his father's wishes and becoming a professional soccer player. So you have a little tension there, and that's why it's called MarsOne. The main delight of MarsOne is the fine ensemble work by the cast. They create a family so real that you can't help but hope they make it through the strife intact. MarsOne was written and directed by Gabrielle Martins, who delivers a satisfying and thoroughly human portrait of familial relations. It's in Portuguese with English subtitles. MarsOne is in theaters and also available on the usual streaming services.
Wow. Okay, you liked it.
I did. The superb German actress Vicky Krieps is... she's fantastic. She's so good in English language films, including Phantom Thread and Old. She is the magnetic center of Corsage, a lush and elegantly appointed biopic of sorts, depicting the midlife crisis faced by the bold, beautiful, idiosyncratic Empress Elizabeth of Austria. She was known by all of her doting and even her appalled subjects as Empress Sissy, and was a proto-fashionista to her followers. Clearly, she was a woman born a century before her time, which seems to be the main point that writer-director Marie Kreutzer is trying to make here. Starting with Sissy's 40th birthday in 1877, Corsage basically details her attempts to escape the velvet trap of her title and image with travel and various questionable liaisons. Expertly acted by Krieps and beautifully shot, but it seems to drag more than trapes, and it suffers from the same annoying anachronistic use of rock and pop music in a period setting that seemed jarring rather than clever in Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette, a similarly irrelevant and irreverent and gratuitous twist on history that also didn't work, even though it was more lively than this. Corsage has its fragrant moments, but wilts over the cumbersome course of its near 2 hour.
Kim, he tied in Corsage references, fragrant moments.
But I step on the end of the sentence, why don't you?
Yeah,
anyway, it's a near 2 hour running time. It's in
I wish
theaters.
I stepped on the beginning of the sentence.
I think some people actually
idiosyncratic is a ding word, says Tom. Yeah, go
people
ahead.
in my peer group, some of them liked it very much, but I found that it was a little ponderous. All right, one more foreign film because I loved it. And it came out a few months ago, but I just caught up to it. Girl Picture, which in Finland is entitled Girls, Girls, Girls. Same as an old Elvis Presley flick, I might add. It's a Finnish coming-of-age movie that came out a couple months ago, and I just finally had a chance to catch up to it, and it's quite good. It's about 3 weeks in the interconnected lives of three smart and sexually adventurous college-age girls. And its depiction of their growing pains and fractious relationships feels as real and universal as one could hope. It gets a bit soapy in the interpersonal drama, but it's also blessed with witty dialogue. Its insights into female bonding and pack behavior are sharp, and the young actresses who play the girls, girls, girls of the title are all excellent. One of them is a rebellious type with family issues. Her bestie is a dewy-eyed, eager beaver, seeking a boy who will bring her the elusive orgasm. And the third is a driven figure skater who's been repressing her emotions until, well, you gotta see it. It may be called Girl Picture, but for all my testosterone, I embraced it too. It's available for streaming on demand. Girl Picture gets high marks from me.
Wow. Look at that. He gave you 4 offerings. Girl Picture, also known in Finland as Girls, Girls, Girls.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I feel like that's in the old days, South of Market sign that you'd see there on right there on Market
Does it
Street.
have subtitles, that one?
Anything in a foreign language, Kim, can be acquired with subtitles. Read, because Girls, Girls, Girls is very good.
Wow. It's Finnish. So you have to be up for the Finnish language and then up for the reading.
It's strong to the finish.
Okay. Oh, my God.
watching a new-
Corsage is the one with the German actress playing Empress Elizabeth.
Yeah, Empress Sissy. By the way, she's so popular that they've made like a series of films about her in Austria, and this is the first, I think, to break into the American theater.
But you didn't love it.
I didn't.
I felt it wilted, to use your...
Vicky Krieps is so good.
But you felt that she was better than the movie was.
I thought so, yeah.
Okay. MarsOne, though, he liked.
I did.
It's soccer or going to Mars. That's
the kid's
what I
dilemma.
got.
Yeah.
That's the kid's.
Dad is not buying into this astrophysics thing.
Great ensemble work, he said, and there's a terrific. The director, I think, is that Gabriel
Martins,
and it's in Portuguese, so you have to be up for the reading.
Yeah.
Megan is Brian Williams' daughter's thing, Allison Williams.
I was fortunate. Everyone I worked with made me better at my job.
But
someone should help Allison in that regard. No, she's fine.
You liked her, but you felt that it was it kind of missed. It was
It just
the robot horror comedy that missed.
Yeah, it just wasn't funny enough and wasn't scary enough for me personally. I've seen some scary, funny movies in my day.
You have. You're a movie critic.
Mark, I want to get to this really quickly because
Yes,
I know
please.
we're running out of time.
Yes.
As of this past weekend, the Marina Times in news boxes and in various other locations in San Francisco features my January column, which is my best of 2022 column.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And it's easy to just say, go read it at marinatimes.com. Oh, wait, I just did. But I could also rattle off some of my favorites. I could just give you...
for people who may not be able to get to it for whatever reason.
people that don't read.
Yeah, some people have a busy week.
Okay, so I'll quickly... my favorite 12 movies, and this is an inexact science, Mark. So I have lists upon lists after my top 12, and even in those lists, for instance, best foreign language films, I missed listing All Quiet on the Western Front, which is available on Netflix, and a terrific adaptation of the book. And I missed an animated movie, Belle, that I liked, but it's pretty exhaustive. And again, you can see it at marinatimes.com. My top 12 for 2022.
All right.
Armageddon Time, which is director James Gray's reminiscence of his childhood as a Jewish kid growing up in the New York suburbs during the late 70s and early 80s. People can compare it to The Fabelmans. I think it's a better film.
Armageddon Time?
Armageddon Time. The Banshees of Inisherin, which I gushed about here on the air.
Yeah.
Teaming filmmaker Martin McDonagh with two of his favorite actors. Once more, the guys that teamed up in Bruges for McDonagh, Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, as a pair of friends on an island off the coast of Ireland in 1923 who have a falling out. And it's fantastic. It could be, if you said, what's your favorite movie of the year? I could argue that. Barbarian, which is a horror film, which I thought was brilliantly conceived, social satire, and actual scares, unlike Megan. I really enjoyed Barbarian. Broker, which we gushed about a week or so ago, the latest film by the great Japanese director Koreeda, the guy who did Nobody Knows and Shoplifters. This is about baby brokers in Korea.
Right. Well, you said I remember you saying it took a nice twist, you said.
A movie that isn't out or available yet, but was dropped in New York and LA theaters to be considered as part of the 2022 film Panoply, Close, which is a gentle and vivid portrait of adolescent friendship from Belgium, the lives of two 13-year-old Belgian boys whose devotion to one another is tested by peer pressure and changing interests. Very powerful. It won the Grand Jury Prize for director and co-screenwriter Lucas Dont at this past year's Cannes Film Festival.
Wow.
Emergency, which I loved, which is a look at collegiate recreation cliques and racism. Totally cool. Emily the Criminal, giving Aubrey Plaza the best role of her career to date.
I haven't seen that yet. But you liked it.
I encourage you to check it out. She plays a would-be professional artist in L.A. who's so deep in debt after some bad breaks that she decides to become part of a scam.
Is that a series or is it a movie?
It's a movie. These are movies, Mark.
That's what I thought. And I was going to say, that's not a movie, is it?
Of 2022.
Okay,
everything,
sorry.
everywhere.
I'm sorry. I had a question for him.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. I loved it. Of all the comic book movies about multiple dimensions and alternate universes, this is the sharpest. Michelle Yeoh killing it as the lead character, a wife, mother, and daughter trying to keep her family's struggling laundromat afloat in the face of an IRS audit. completely wonderful film. Glass Onion, which I've gushed about as well. The Knives Out mystery starring
Oh, yeah. That's really
Daniel
good.
Craig as Foghorn Leghorn. No, as
he's really
Benoit
good.
Blanc,
Yeah.
the Southern Fried Detective. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
What number are we on, Michael? Because I'm
We're
running
almost
out of time.
done.
And
Can you let him finish,
No,
sir?
I may not be able to let him finish. That's the trick.
which I've also praised on the air. A completely bonkers 3-hour potpourri of martial arts and Bollywood
Oh, yeah,
production
you really
numbers
liked that. I
and
actually-
history.
yeah.
And finally, Tar, a tour de force for actress
I've
Kate
heard great things
Blanchett.
about that, too. Yeah, from
Just a
you and
tremendous
then
film.
from
That's
others.
number 12, and they're not in order,
yeah.
other than alphabetical.
Wow. Well, let me say, if people want that list, and I actually do, I can only remember so many, in my advancing years, my recollection has diminished.
Sissy.
And so I can find that whole list with explanation at marinatimes.com.
Right.
And I pick up the Marina Times, of course, all around the city and around the Bay Area, but at marinatimes.com. You can find him here on Fridays as he graces us regularly with his takes on movies, on series, the ones with subtitles, the ones that are Marvel heroes and that DC comic thing.
Bring it on. I love
You
it
do
all.
it all, Michael.
I love it
and
all.
You come and go on a rainbow. Go Niners, Michael. Go Niners.
Indeed, Sunday, baby.
All right.